it from any side. Just don't tear the large chunk. Okay, now you can open your eyes. I mean, it's quite fun when you close your eyes. So,
I didn't close
for,
Okay, what have you done?
now,
I've been told to rip it in half.
okay, now, at the count of 3, we'll all open our paper, okay? 1, to see the artwork, to see how artistic we all are. So, 1, okay, no,
I'm sorry.
we'll open it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's so nice. I just have this.
I just pulled it into halves.
Oh,
Ripped it into
Like you
Oh
can
my god. Oh, I just like ripped it
I
like
mean, you're
this.
I
I have little pockets. You can tell you're made with like a very mathematical brain.
Why did you hold it?
Yeah, the immediate also.
Those are very neat rips, aren't they?
Was I meant to rip it?
Sorry.
Was I meant to have that line?
I'm really sorry.
Was I meant to rip it in half?
No, it really doesn't matter. You can rip it the way you want. So,
Very
yeah, I mean, we all have different shapes of paper. Right? It's quite nice to see it. So, I mean, my instructions were quite clear, I think, you know. So, I mean, the paper size was also clear, but it came out really different. So, this is really kind of like tells us that how this paper could turn out different if even the instructions are same. So, I mean, we all are different. We all are unique. God made us unique. And yeah. So yeah. So I mean, I think this. Hello. So yeah, this topic of uniqueness. I mean, we all are clear that we all are unique, and we should not change for anyone. We can definitely improve the flaws we have. So yeah. Now, solution-focused approach. I mean, Ramji had lots of problems during Ramayana. So. For the points, I mean, firstly, Mata Sita's affection. Then, at the point, okay, I don't need to exaggerate this point, we all know. Secondly, crossing the ocean. I mean, it was kind of like a big question that how we can cross this ocean, but then they come to a conclusion that, you know what, we can kind of build a bridge over here and bridge also by what? So, by rocks and stones. Then thirdly, fighting with demons. Like, it was also quite hard. You know, quite challenging because they all were humans and Ramji had all the animals in their army, like monkeys and bears, so it was also quite a challenge. Then saving Lakshmanji, it was also a challenge when Lakshmanji got unconscious during the fight. I mean, you all, I didn't know that. So, yeah. Then rebuilding Ayodhya, when Ramji came back from Vanvas, from 14 years of exile. So, rebuilding Ayodhya, it was also quite a challenge. Then handling the Shurmnakha situation, then the Shurmnakha which came in during Vanvas, kind of like having really nice look, then she kind of turned into herself. So then dealing with lots of, I mean the spelling is wrong, but yeah. So when Ramji was in Vanvas at that point of time, there was lots of things, you know. Firstly, he didn't have any shelter. He didn't have any food. He had nothing. So it's also quite a challenge to firstly when you are born and brought up in palace, and then next day suddenly you've been sent to this forest which is really not nice, which has lots of animals. You don't know that what your food would be next day. So it was also quite a challenge, and also yeah. So I mean, like, if see Ramji is God. And if God have this much of challenges, I mean, like, we all are humans. We don't have this much of challenges, but we should try to have that solution. I mean, firstly, when Mata Sita got abducted, at that point of time, Ramji had two choices. He could sit and cry, like, why me? Why this happened with me? But no, Ramji found solution. He was like, well, I don't have army. I cannot call anyone from my hometown. So what can I do? I can make our army over here. So I mean, he always focused on what can I do rather than focusing what I don't have, how. He always focused on how can I do it, what can I do, not why me, why. I mean, we'll talk about this later. So yeah, I mean, we all have problems in our life. Maybe the problem could be big, small, it could be different, but we all have problem. And for problem, there is really nice thing that event plus response is equal to outcome. I mean, event is something which we can call as problem which is fixed, which we cannot change. Like raining, you cannot change. The kind of like snow and everything. These are some events. The problems are events which you cannot change. But your response towards that event could change the whole outcome. The way you respond to that kind of like particular situation could change how that situation would come out. You know, I mean, we should always try to have that positive response, that positive approach towards any problem. Like now, if I tell you that you have to make a hole in this paper just by doing this, like touching this. Can you do it?
Well, if I have like long nails, sharp ones, I can try.
No, you can also do it with force, and without force.
Yeah, if someone holds it like really tight and then you just like.
Yeah, with force, okay. I mean, you all have the paper, you can kind of
You
like
can
I don't want to
hold.
ruin
What's
pick
good?
it up and just tell you how to make a hole. But your paper, you can just like.
Oh, don't worry.
When you all have to no. Yeah.
Can we use the environment?
Yeah, you can use anything you want. You just have
You
to
have
tell.
the advantage of it.
Are they doing it right?
Yeah. I mean, like, this is a problem which I gave you, that you have to make hole in this paper just by touching it. Now, it's up to you how to do it. I mean,
That hole is really good.
It was made of nothing.
Hey, I'm fixing it.
Yeah.
Oh, or you can actually just like rip one.
touching it, you were kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. So, if I kind of like this, touch this,
Yeah.
when I was just sitting at home and I was thinking, how can I explain this thing? And I just saw a paper in front of me and I was like, this is something. So, I mean, a problem which I gave it, a lots of solution came, you know. I mean, you can kind of like put water, you can use force and what else?
Force, but betterly done.
Yeah, force, you can kind of like tear it up and anything else. A lots of solution came. So, I mean, like, if we have problem, if you would have just cried upon problem, oh my goodness, how can I make hole in this? Why she told us to make hole in this? So you wouldn't come to the solution. But you focused on solution, that what can I do? Okay, so I mean that's how we have to kind of like have approach in our life. Not just today, but with every problem we have. We should just focus on how can I do it? Okay, this is the problem. I cannot change the problem. I can just change my attitude towards this problem and my attitude would change the whole outcome. Like for example, if from Scotland I have to go to London again, or maybe let's say India, so how would I go there? Flight, okay. So kind of like it's raining very badly, like the weather is really not nice. So how I would go there?
Get the train to France
Okay.
and then get a flight from France.
I was gonna say, stay in Scotland. We'll figure it out.
You have all of us, you can just stay.
Get to London.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to get my exams, my board exams are there, so
Oh,
yeah.
no, that must be fine. I can do it.
Yeah. So maybe I can take flight, but flights are all cancelled. When we are talking about trains, so the trains are also, let's say, trains are also cancelled.
Ship.
Ship.
Get a cruise.
Well,
windy and rainy. How would
like, yeah, it's raining really not nice. So the weather is not nice.
do a
so I
special
cannot
appeal
use-
to
Then
board.
wait till the next week.
No, if I cannot wait till the next week. Anything else?
Special appeal to the board.
Sorry?
Special.
Video call. Bring India to you.
Okay. Well, this is something which I can just visualize, you know, bring India. But if I have to go there physically, so yeah,
Rent a car.
okay,
Car.
yeah, it's a nice thing. So I can see, I gave you a problem that I have to go back to India. How can I go there? And there were lots of problems. The flights are delayed, the trains are kind of like cancelled, everything. You cannot go through boats, through a ship or anything because the weather is not nice. So you came to one solution that, you know what, you can, you all came to different solutions. So that's what I'm trying to say, that if we have a problem, if we just kind of like sit with that problem, cry, oh my goodness, why, so we won't come to the solution. So in order to come to the solution, in order to come to any kind of conclusion, we need to focus than crying for a problem. I mean, that's what we can learn from Ramayana. Like, Ramji never cried for any problem. Like, just imagine that just one day before Ramji got to know that he'll be the prince, he'll be the king of Ayodhya. And being king of Ayodhya, it's not a small thing, because at that point of time, Ayodhya was the largest empire, the largest kingdom. So, but next day, he's like, you know what, you have to go to forest for 14 years. You know, it's not just one thing. You have to go to forest for 14 years without any army, without any of your family member. Definitely Mata Sita and Lakshmanji went. Without any kind of like proper clothes, you have to wear that Valkal Vastra, which we call, clothes which you wear at the clothes with Sadhu Sant, Rishi Guru, they wear. So you have to wear that kind of clothes. There is no preparation of food. You don't know whether you will get food next morning. Lots of things were there. But Ramji never sit there. He was like, okay, this is something I can use positive approach, and yeah, that would be nice. So I had challenges, but he never said, why me? So I mean, if you know Arthur Ashe, he was really nice tennis player. And if you don't know about him, so okay, I'll tell you that he was at. Okay, if you can look over here, I'm really sorry. So, okay, I'll explain this to you. So, he was a really nice tennis player, but he was admitted to hospital because something was wrong. So, at that point of time, lots of people, lots of well-wishers, lots of fans wrote letters to him. So, he read all of those letters. But there was a child who wrote a letter, and he was like, you know what, why did God did this to you? You are the bestest tennis player we could ever wish for, and with that, you are a really nice human being. Why did God this to you? You know, you should be at ground, you should be playing while you are at hospital. He didn't reply to any of the letter. He just replied to this letter, and he wrote this exactly same thing, that 50 million children start playing tennis. 50 million children, okay? From that, 5 million children learn how to play tennis. From that, 5 lakh, it means 500,000, learn how to play professional tennis. And from that, 50,000 come to circuit. From that, 500 reach to Grand Slam. Then 50 reach to Wimbledon. 4 reaches to semi-final. 2 reaches to kind of like final. And at the end of that letter, he was like, you know what, when I was holding the cup, when I was holding that trophy, at that point of time, I didn't ask God, why me? So now, when I am in pain, when I am pretty kind of like not at the right stage of my life, at that point of time, I have no right to ask why me. So I mean, at the point when we are quite sad, at that point of time, we all ask God, you know what, why me? Why you're giving these things to me? But when we are happy, we don't ask that why me. So yeah, that's what we have to understand, that if in happiness we are not asking God why me, so in sadness we have no right to ask God why me, why you're giving these problems to me. Managing emotions. I mean, like in Ramayana, if we see, Ramji showed all kind of emotions. Ramji showed these all kinds of emotions. Firstly, anger, sadness, fear, gratitude, compassion, emotional intelligence, everything. Okay, anger. So when Ramji and everyone was kind of like standing in front of that ocean, and they was asking for root, and no one was coming out. So at that point of time, Ramji was quite angry. He kind of like really with his anger, he was like, why aren't you coming? So Ramji showed this emotion, anger. Secondly, Ramji showed emotion of sadness when Mata Sita was abducted. He was definitely sad. You know, he was asking trees. It's written in Ramayana that he was that sad that he was asking trees, birds over there, that where is my Sita? Where can I find her? Then fear. I mean, definitely when Ramji was, when he got to know that he had to go to kill demons. When he just came from Gurukul. So at that point of time, he was really very small, and we all have that little kind of fear. So he had that emotion of fear, gratitude, that Ramji always expressed the feeling of gratitude when he was in Vanvas to all kind of birds also, to the people over there, to the tree over there, to everyone, to the Rishimuni who kind of like really helped Ramji. He showed emotion of compassion by treating Vibhishana with kindness. Vibhishana, the brother of Ram, when he came to Ramji. Then emotion important to show all kinds of emotions. We don't have to suppress our emotion. As Lord Sri Ram, who is not that emotional person, but then so he showed these kind of emotion. So this thing kind of like shows that showing emotion is not a wrong thing. Living in that emotion is also not a wrong thing, but living in that same emotion for a very long period of time, it's not right. I feel like being sad is fine, but if we are sad for hours, for days, for weeks, then it's not right. So, I mean, we all should experience every kind of emotion. Live in that emotion also, but just don't limit that emotion forever. Okay? So, never suppress your emotion if you are feeling like crying, if you are feeling like being angry, because we need to understand that we are not robot, we are not God, we all are human, we all have emotion, and if you will show your emotion, you will be a way more better person, because sometimes we are like, you know what, that's how we kind of like have our upbringing, that we don't have to show our emotions much. We just have to show that we are happy. We can't show we are angry. We can't show that, you know what, I'm quite afraid. Like, I mean, like living your hometown and then coming over here, it's not a small thing, it's a pretty big thing. Coming by your own over here. So firstly, a big round of applause to you all also. Like, please, clap for your own self. I mean, you can clap a little more louder.